see, it didn't matter. And you know what they told us? To take the Lord's seat. I didn't go back through that back door. I had to go in front of the whole church. I had to go down and take the Lord's seat of the room. I never did that again since, y'all. Sometimes y'all wonder when y'all see me in certain church, Elder Miller, why don't you go to the front? I said, if they don't ask me up, I'm not going up. Because I'm not going to be ushered down. Okay. Sometimes the reason why God can't take us higher is because we put ourselves up too high. God wants to take you higher, but he can't. Because you already have yourself up too high. You've already placed a higher label on yourself. Instead of allowing God to exalt you and to lift you up. What it says over there, and on your own time you can look, but what it says over there in Romans 12:3, I say, through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think soberly. Paul said, you drunk. You spiritually drunk in your thinking about yourself. But to think soberly, according as God has dealt to every man the measure of faith. See, God can better use us when we humble ourselves before him. James says in James 4:6, but he giveth more grace, wherefore he saith, God giveth more grace unto the humble, but he resisted the proud. But he giveth more grace unto the humble. Then it goes on and says, humble yourself in the mighty hands of God, that he may exalt you in his time. It says due time. But it's his time. When you humble yourself, God has an appointed time after he get through working on you, on your attitude. As you humble yourself and he works on your attitude, and he begin to see you begin to take on the spirit of humility. And because of your humility, God will exalt you. You know, when you see two people going back and forth with each other, you can know that pride is in the very midst of the back and forth. Because nobody wants to take down for the sake of keeping peace. Everybody's too busy trying to get their own point across, trying to prove that they are right. What it says over there in Proverbs 16:18. Pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. When you're lifted up in pride, you on your way down. You're not going nowhere. They don't know who I am. They don't know who they're talking to. They don't know who I'm some kin to. And it goes on and on. God knows who you are. That's all that matters. Oh yes, God knows who you are. And that 9th verse says, better it is to be of a humble spirit with the lowly. See, sometimes people don't want to humble themselves as a person being, say, I'm not going to let them run over me with the lowly. I'm not that kind of person. I'm not going to let that person run over me. Then to divide the spoils with the proud. Spoils with the proud. Jesus says in Luke, that 14th chapter and that 11th verse, for whosoever exalted himself shall be abased. That means when you exalt yourself, now this is Jesus' words. When you exalt yourself, God gonna bring you down. I'd rather for God to take me up than to bring me down. See, because when God bring you down, you're going to go through something. He's not going to kill you. No, he's not going to do that. The Bible says, who the Lord loveth, he chaseth every son who he receiveth. But I'm going to tell you, when I was growing up, I didn't like to get a whooping. My sisters will tell you that when they were getting the whooping, they did something bad. I didn't do nothing, and they be getting the whooping. Guess who was crying? I was. Because I thought I was next.